Um, I'm curious, is there a mentorship culture in Georgia?
I think like older people give advice to their grandchildren. My parents always told us to think our way and
Yeah.
to make decision our selves, because if they choose for us, they might regret, and also I might regret. So it's
Hmm.
better to make my own decision and to find how life is
Hmm.
our way. We might listen some ideas, but I think it's better to try some things our own way.
I totally agree. Part of mentorship is someone who's going to say, you know what? I have an answer. I'm not
Hmm.
going to give you it. I will give you my perspective. I encourage you to go out there and do your thing. Just know, this is what a good mentor would say. Just
Hmm.
know that I'm here for you when you make a
Yes.
mistake, and you will make one or you make multiple. That's a big piece of mentorship that I think gets brushed under the rug. When someone decides to stand up and mentor, it
Hmm.
encourages other people to stand up and mentor as well. That's how you create culture out of
Hmm.
a grassroots sense of movement. And so I was telling all these Georgian young professionals in the room, hey, regardless of what happens, the best thing for you to do is to go back and invest in the next generation so that they're not having the same struggles and stress that you're having. We plant seeds so that generations coming after us may sit in the shade of what we will never enjoy.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of humility and it takes a lot of patience and perseverance. But at the end of the day, I think mentorship is ultimately about doing the right thing in service to others because it's the right thing, and it takes high integrity.
100%. I agree.
Dream with me for a second. If you had somebody like that in your life, maybe from, let's say, just middle school up
Mhm.
until you're 22, how do you think that might have influenced your life up to this point, or what might be different for you?
Yeah, I think I will not be that much stressed, because I stressed out a lot while figuring out which direction I should go.
Are there advisors or school counselors at
Yes,
university,
yes, 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 yes.
but not in primary school?
Yeah, no.
No, yeah. Just all the teachers are just doing their best to help the class learn and then
Yeah,
tutoring on the side. I feel like most teachers are tutoring after school into the
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them might give children advice like which job is better and what they should choose, but not everyone is doing so. I hope that in the future, children will be able to receive more knowledge and more help to navigate life.
As people like you are involved in discussions like this and go back and try to build pathways for the kids coming behind you, I think that change will happen over the next 20 years. Most people in their 20s aren't lost.
They are just early.
That's right. Welcome to After the Bell, conversations for young professionals figuring out what comes next without pretending to have it all figured out. I'm your host, Nick Kaufman Mamisashvili. Welcome to my office. Anano, how are you?
Hello. Hi. Well, I'm well. How about you?
Good. I should say Rogorkhar.
Yes. Harika, çeve korkar.
Kargad, Kargad. Kumadlov. Oh, no, you're coming all the way from the Republic
Yeah.
of Georgia, by Turkey, by Russia, by Armenia, by Azerbaijan. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're coming to us today.
Well, I'm Anano Abramishvili, 22 years old. Originally, I'm from Kakheti. It's famous for its wine, actually. And currently, I'm living in Tbilisi for my university. I'm psychology student, and it's my last year, and I will be graduating in a month. And I'm also working. Recently started work at tourist agency. I also have my own company. I established it with my friend, and we have a language school. And I
That's
came
me.
here to I don't know, share my perspective as a young professional, not professional, but a young person who is also trying to figure out the life.
Well, I would say you're a young professional because you have launched your own business and you're out there making connections in the world. You just went to Korea, I think, a couple
Yeah.
times. So, like,
Yes.
that's amazing. Tell us a little bit more about your business. I know that you're in school and you're almost done, so congratulations. That's it's very exciting.
Thank
I'm
you
rooting
so
for
much.
you, and yeah, tell us a little bit more about the business.
Okay, so like a year ago, me and my friend we are working on different language school, and we were thinking like, what should we do to improve, ourselves more, and what can we suggest to people who want to learn different language and don't have the opportunity. So we were thinking, and we came up with the idea to establish our language school, and it's only operating online. And we are around the world, suggesting not only Georgians, but any nationality who wants to learn different languages. Currently, we have Georgian language, also English and Korean as well.
That's
And
awesome.
we are trying to figure out a lot of things our own. At the beginning, we were so scared. We didn't know where to begin, but we wanted to begin. So I asked my brother to help. I asked my cousin, who is a lawyer, and they gave us some directions from where to begin, and we just began just like that. There will never be the right time if we don't create the one. So we were like, okay, let's begin and then see how it will go. So before starting, actually, we prepared some programs. We were working so hard on books. We wanted to suggest different stuff, because online and face to face is really different. Online is more difficult because you have to find different materials and like everything is really different. So first we found a lot of books and we decided which to use. It's
Yeah.
growing process. If you stop, then it will go down. So we are trying to grow and not to stop.
Got to keep your foot to the pedal. That's awesome. I see some of the posts that you make trying to help Georgian learners learn English, and a lot of the posts come from the show Friends.
Yeah, oh my god, I love it. My friend also love it and I'm really into it. Like I have seen it numerous times and like few minutes ago I was watching some shorts on YouTube. I love them.
Why do you use Friends specifically? Just because you love the show?
Yes, I love and also you can learn a lot of things from them. They were also young and they were trying to figure out life their own without their parents' help. And like I
Okay.
think it's like life motivation for me because I'm also trying to make some moves without helping, especially financial moves. And it's not easy, but it's going to be easy. At the beginning, everything is really difficult, but the moment you will get used to it and the moment you will know some, basis how to kind of move around, and then after that, everything will get better step by step.
100%. I'm always telling young adults to put the work in early. It feels like you have to try 3 times as hard as any other point in your life. And it's true. You do because you don't have momentum yet. Don't have any brand. You haven't built a name for yourself, but it pays off in the long run. I was telling another guest, get 100 no's before you get a yes. I love what you're saying about don't wait to start. There's no best time. I think it's interesting that you are starting it while you're still busy with university and all the things. So, like, good for you for not waiting because, you'll be thrust into the world and then you'll have something if you already built while you have the kind of the safety net of working at school. And so I think it's the perfect time, even though it seems like the busiest time.
Yes, I always say that to myself. My mom and people at my mom age always say like nowadays young people are different. We were just studying. Our only job was to study at university. But you guys always like work and study at the same time because everyone wants to be independent. Everyone wants to have their own thing figured out. So that's
Yeah.
why. It might be like at the beginning very frustrating, but as I say, time to time everything will get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that mindset. You have to have a hopeful horizon to look toward.
I always tell myself it's okay to take like maybe a moment for myself to think where am I, where I was, and where I want to be, and take some break for maybe for a day or for a few hours. How many I need, how much days or minutes or something like that I need, and after that I will be more calm, more confident, and stronger to keep trying. So it's okay to maybe, I will not call it to fall, but to
Mhm.
take a break and continue after it.
Yeah, and I would say give yourself permission to call something a failure. Failure's on a spectrum, right? There's
Yes,
small failures, and you won't even remember them, and there's bigger failures where it might affect who you become, it might affect your trajectory, it might affect friendships or relationships. And then there's failures in between. I think getting comfortable with calling something a failure is okay because failure is where you learn. When you fall
yes.
down is when you learn the most. I saw on Georgian television talking about your business. Tell me about
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
experience
yeah.
and why were they interviewing you?
Actually, me and my friend, we are out recording some video, and she got a call, and she was like jumping and tapping me, and I was like, What is going on?" And when she hang up, she was like, "We are invited on TV," and I was like, "You are joking, right?" And then she told me everything. We received a like official invitation to promote our business. They support new businesses, so they invited us to talk about our business and what we are doing and what we are trying to deliver to society. So it was so exciting, and I was so worried. My whole body was shaking, and I was like, "It's okay," but my whole body was shaking.
That's so
But it was
exciting.
really good
So, did
experience.
it
Yes.
give you more traction and a larger audience?
A little bit. It was like a good experience for us, and we used some videos to promote our business.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of the impact too is that you got an opportunity to be on a big stage in front of a camera and a lot of pressure. And I would say you had great composure just from what I watched. So good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Close, I think that's how you say it, right?
Madloba.
I want to dig a little deeper. So I'm curious, where did this love for languages come from? And specifically, you could just learn languages and become a polyglot, but like, why did you want to start a business to help others learn languages?
Because when I was young and I was living in a countryside in a small village, there was not much opportunity for me to learn different languages. I began with English, and I loved it. Even now, I love it so much. When I was 12, actually, I had this experience when my father wanted interpret. And she asked me and my brother to go to his workplace and translate some stuff. There were some people from overseas, and they wanted to check some trees at my father's place, and I was translating some things, and I was so excited. And in that moment I was like, oh, that's how exciting it might be, to know and to connect with new people. And I wanted in the moment to know more languages, to communicate with other people, to know the culture, and to understand them as well. So I think our language school can help other people to grow personally, as well to make some connections, and also, to feel more confident while traveling to different countries.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd love to know more about the demographic that you're targeting with your business.
It doesn't matter age. We are working from age 7, and currently my colleague has person who is 60 years old. We teach everyone who wants to learn. And I specifically enjoy working with children, actually, because they are so pure, they are so cute, and they like the way they pronounce words. I really enjoy teaching them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what is the ultimate dream of this business? And then, kind of more practical, how do you profit from a language business?
I would say the emotional profit is more and more important for us, because, as I say, I work in a different place. I
These
see myself
Mhm.
more like teacher in future than working in a different place. But it's difficult to decide right now and choose the way right now.
Have you thought about getting your teaching English as a foreign language license?
Right now, I have applied, and I'm going to take an exam, but I will be only able to use that certificate in Georgia.
Okay,
Yes, I'm going to take it, of course, because when teacher is professional and has a license, is better. So I'm
got you.
working on it.
Nice. How
So
many people are working within the business?
We are totally straight teachers, but we have lawyer, Nika, you know him. Nika is our lawyer, and we also have my brother who tells us how much we have to pay for the government and so on and so on.
That's great. Keep it in the family. That's so fun.
Yes,
You're surrounded by such good people in your family. I cherish each one of them. I'm just so delighted for you that you have that kind of
that's really
support
good.
and people surrounding you. Dreaming here in your space. So tell me if this is not the dream, but I'm thinking, you could scale this business into tutoring in schools where you employ tutors and the tutors go and they teach your curriculum, and that could be part of your model.
Yeah, that will be really awesome. But right now, we want to add more languages. And at the top, I think what is our goal is to have the place, really big place where we will be able to conduct lessons. And also, I don't know if it's right to tell right now, but okay, I will say we want to do something like this. After taking our courses, English courses, for example, we want to be able to take our students in Great Britain or in USA. That's our main goal, to put things in practice and to take it in real life. That's
I
our
like
goal,
it.
and we hope that we will be able to accomplish that. We have to work really hard. I think right now we are a little bit stopped because of me. I'm doing a lot of things, and I was like, please give me few months. I have to finish university, and after that, let's continue what we are trying to achieve.
Yeah, 100%.
I hope we will be able to do that.
Yeah, I love an immersion idea. I've had a couple of those experiences. Those are memories you take with you for a lifetime. And it's another way to build passion inside of people to continue the valuable work of becoming a more global citizen. So you said you're getting a psychology degree at university. Why not teaching?
Teaching psychology or
Yeah, why not like an education degree?
well, 4 years ago, when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, I was so stressing out. It's really difficult when you don't know what to choose, what you want to do, what this job is doing, what will you be able to do, and so on and so on. And I wanted actually to learn Korean.
Mm-hmm.
And because we don't have major for it, then I was thinking, what should I learn instead of that? Then I also had this idea that I want to learn psychology first to understand myself better, then understand people. Korea has a big impact on me to choose psychology because the suicide level is really high there. And I wanted to know what things or what is the reason people choose that way. So I think that was the main reason why I chose psychology. And on the
Mm-hmm.
second year, I was able to choose also Korean language and I was able to learn it. I really like psychology. I really do. But right now I'm thinking about salary, in Georgia, if you follow that way, you will not have high salary, high income.
What do people make on average there, and how easy or not easy is it to make a living in Georgia?
Okay, first of all, I begin with culture. It's culture to live with your parents until you get married, actually. My parents are living in a village and I moved into Tbilisi. We have to pay taxes and rent here is really high. It begins from 800 lari and goes really up. Taxes are also really high. Salary is not in match. A lot of people have 60 lari when their rent is 80, 100 lari. Yes. Right now, me and my brother are both working and our parents are also helping us. They are paying for rent and I'm paying taxes and my brother is providing food. So this is good case, I can say. A lot of people have to pay rent their own, taxes, food, also for tuition at university. My mom was the one who was paying for it actually. And I was really embarrassed about it because I wanted to be more independent.
Yeah, I know often the salaries don't keep up with the inflation that's happening in Georgia. There's just not a lot to go around, I feel like. In my mind, it's built a resilience and a grit, and you represent that grit. It's saying, I can't just do university. I need to start a business. I need to make money. I'm thinking of Mariam, like she's working as a doctor and she's teaching night
Yes.
classes and then she's working at a second hospital and then,
Yes, she is doing a lot of job, and I was like, "Girl, you are amazing."
yeah,
She
just
is
trying
really
to
amazing.
stack as many things as you can to make life work
Yes,
for you.
because
And I,
in Georgia, life is like that. If you have only one job, as I said, salary is not enough. It will not be enough. You need like seconds, or you just need a business or something like that to be able to do everything. At
yeah.
least to pay taxes, to pay rent, to pay for university. And after that, maybe you will be able to travel for a few days. But it's
And
like
the,
a dream, I guess, because salary is not keeping up.
yeah, it's tough. You seem to be dreaming about thriving, not just surviving, but you're
Yeah.
in the stage where you have to survive first. So, what would thriving look like to you? Like, what does a thriving, successful life look like?
I don't know. Right now, maybe like living peacefully because, as you know, there is no USSR, but there is Russia, and our territory is occupied by it, and we are influenced a lot, and we cannot live in peace. Peace is what we want, and freedom
Yeah,
is just like a dream. Everyone dreams. Everyone has dream to achieve something. I think that motivates them. One of my friends, she's struggling a lot. She's working and she's doing everything to make that dream come true. People who dream can achieve what they want and can make their dream come true. As I grow, life is getting more difficult. When you're a child, you see everything with colorful glasses, and maybe when you turn 18, you begin to think that it's not that colorful as I imagined it would be. More and more responsibilities are added, and at the beginning, it's difficult, but you learn how to continue life with those responsibilities.
yeah. I hear you. I think around 25 is when things really start to shift. Life will continue to throw curveballs at you, but you'll be able to adapt and you'll be able to take your fully developed mental space and you'll be able to push that energy, maybe that stressful energy into a positive direction and be able to navigate things better. So I'm not saying hold
Fully.
on for 3 years, but I am saying there is a bright horizon coming for you. It's
Yes,
just
yes.
this is the season of grinding it out. And as you said earlier, like building who you are. And it takes extra effort at the beginning. And you're at the beginning. So
Yes,
you got to roll that ball up the hill so you can push it down the other side.
yes, 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 yes. I totally agree with you.
Gush about your dad for a second because he was voted the greatest forest ranger in the world for reestablishing wolves in a national park in Georgia or something.
Okay, so let me begin from the very beginning. Like in 2005, he was the one who helped the government to create the map for the restricted area, the place where he works right now. He worked during 2 years without salary. He had to stay in the forest, protect the forest with his own with bare hands. He did not have anything. He did not have like gun to protect himself from animals, from people who used force to enter the protected area, and he did not even have the house where he could stay at night. He worked really hard, and right now the territory is flourished. There are a lot of animals, there are really ancient trees, and he did everything with bare hands. And that's why the universe, I can say, decided to gift him. He was chosen to be the best ranger in the world.
That's insane. Would you guys have been like 1 years old, you and your brother?
Yeah, yeah. And my mom was staying at home alone, and he did not have even phone. So my mom had no idea if he was okay or not. And
Yeah.
it was really difficult period for them. And my father had also different work, so he was working at two places, and he did not have like enough salary. It was really difficult time for them.
Man,
I
that is
cannot
just
even imagine.
One of a thousand challenging stories that I've heard from younger Georgians and how hard their parents have worked to make sure that their kids go to university. I know that's one of the most important things to
Yes.
parents who have an education themselves because education is empowerment. Yeah. And it's a pathway to a better life.
Yes, 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 totally. And my father actually did not go to university. He took some college classes, and my mom was the one who went to university. And near our village, there is city called Tel Aviv. And she was telling us that it was my dream to study in Tbilisi. So I will do everything for you guys to do so. So they really did it.
That's awesome. You know, it's so interesting hearing you speak is when you're talking about your parents, you're talking about during the Soviet Union. It's just not that long ago. I want to talk a little bit more about where you've been recently. You had a recent project that took you to
Mhm.
Korea. You told me it felt like a direct result of everything you've been working on, language skills, cultural understanding, consistency. What was that about? And what was your experience like? Because that's the first time you went to Korea, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Actually, 2 years ago in 2024, there was this project called GGC, Green Challenger Program, and it was the first time when I participated in it. And unfortunately, I was not able to win. But it's my dream to go to Korea, and this is the ticket that will take me there. So I worked really hard, took part again in 2025, and I won. So a month ago, I went there also to represent my project that made me winner. I went there with my friend and teammate, and we traveled around. We went to Seoul, we went to Incheon, we went to Busan, and saw everything that we have seen in some TV shows, serials, and so on. And I also went second time because of the work, and it felt like I won the lottery. I could never imagine that in 1 year I could go to Korea 2 times. It was really good for my personal growth. And
Was it also your first time on a plane and first time outside of Georgia?
no, no. The first
Okay.
time I went to Kazakhstan because of Korea to participate in Korean contents.
Okay.
And the time it was my first time, but this time was second time.
Okay. You said Kazakhstan?
I was in Almaty, and it felt like I was in some small village of Korea actually, because there were lots of Korean markets, like a lot of Korean people, and I was using Korean for communication. I was like, am I really in Kazakhstan?
That's awesome. I love a good melting pot. And it's fun to hear that there are other countries like that out there that have a multitude of people in their own culture. How was your Korean? Did you do well?
Yeah, I was so stressed out and I was so worried that I could not do well, but I was pretty impressed by myself. I was like speaking well, and I was like, girl, you should be more confident.
That's awesome. Do you think just having more confidence would help you speak better?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because when I'm worried, I cannot even say a word, even in Georgian. I think I should be more confident and I should represent myself even better. Because when I'm stressing out, I'm like, I cannot even say my name and how old I am. Oh my God. Confidence is a key. Yes, I think.
One of the things we're trying to do on this podcast is help young professionals feel more grounded, more capable, and confident. Because I believe you can make a greater impact the more confident you are. We also have a saying here you project confidence or where you want to be, and that's where you will go.
Well, I think a main thing is to understand yourself. If you understand yourself and know yourself well, then I think confidence will come too. Also, one of the most important thing is to be professional in your workplace and in your job. And in that way, you will be able to be more confident and represent yourself well. Also, it's important not to give up. And doesn't matter how many times you felt stand up. Of course, it's important to take time as well, not to stand up right away. Take time. And after that, when you feel that you are ready to begin again, then that will be the right time.
That's great wisdom. Do you find in your own experience that you just know based on a feeling when it's the right time, or do you have some kind of process you work through?
It's kind of feeling, but if you don't take a step, you will never know if it's the right time or if it's right for you. I always tell myself that it's better to regret doing it rather than regret not doing it. So I think take a risk, do whatever you want, and time will show if it was right time or if it was the right decision for you.
I think when you're young and in your 20s, you have so much time to play around, to make mistakes, to fail. I was telling a couple of my mentees the other day, get out there and get into some good trouble. You can always right your wrongs. Just don't go to jail, you know?
Yeah.
um, I'm curious, is there a mentorship culture in Georgia?
I think like older people give advice to their grandchildren. My parents always told us to think our way and to make decision our selves, because if they choose for us, they might regret, and also I might regret. So it's better to make my own decision and to find how life is
Hmm.
our way. We might listen some ideas, but I think it's better to try some things our own way.
I totally agree. Part of mentorship is someone who's going to say, you know what? I have an answer. I'm not
Hmm.
going to give you it. I will give you my perspective. I encourage you to go out there and do your thing. Just know this is what a good mentor would say. Just
Hmm.
know that I'm here for you when you make a mistake, and you will make one or you make multiple. That's a big piece of mentorship that I think gets brushed under the rug. And it's really important because you were talking with your parents, and likewise, I have amazing parents.
That's really glad
And
to you.
yeah, and without that support, I wouldn't have the confidence that I have to go out in the world and try things and make mistakes and take risks. So I think that is a vital role of a mentor. I'm imagining that maybe in like soccer academies for youth, like boys,
Mhm,
there might be some mentorship, but even in coaching and leadership roles that are focused on serving a very particular demographic, mentorship is not a given. Like you can coach someone, you can teach someone, but it doesn't necessarily they're being mentored. Like unsolicited advice is not mentorship, right? It's an ongoing relationship that you have someone you can trust, that you can ask more than just an achievement question to, but you can ask them for their support. You can ask them for a reference. You can ask them to guide you, to help you find your way, not just win a soccer game. Have you had any interactions with academies or been in schools where you've seen mentorship beyond teachers or
mm.
coaches?
No,
No.
no, unfortunately, no. But I think nowadays, Georgia also is developing in education, and I think people are beginning to do so. But when I was at school, there was no such a thing.
Hmm.
We had
Has
to navigate with closed eyes, I can say that.
That's a good way to put it. I was in Washington, D.C. 2 years ago, and I was in a room full of Georgians in this apartment. And
Really?
yeah, and it was elections, were happening and the whole corruption thing and, all the frustration with Russia. And they were all just so disheartened. And they were all Fulbright scholars, some
Mm.
of the best from Georgia who are in the United States for a time. And I was sitting there encouraging them as a mentor would. I just really think that they could benefit from a mentorship culture, starting with like maybe fifth graders or something like that.
Yes, yes, yes. It's really necessary, I think.
Yeah.
Because if someone tells you that this is this and that is that, then life will become more easier.
Yeah, and not just easier, but when someone decides to stand up and mentor, it encourages other people to stand up and mentor as well. That's how you create culture out
Hmm.
of a grassroots sense of movement. And so I was telling all these Georgian young professionals in the room, hey, regardless of what happens, the best thing for you to do is to go back and invest in the next generation so that they're not having the same struggles and stress that you're having. We plant seeds so that generations coming after us may sit in the shade of what we will never enjoy.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of humility and it takes a lot of patience and perseverance. But at the end of the day, I think mentorship is ultimately about doing the right thing in service to others because it's the right thing, and it takes high integrity.
100%. I agree.
Dream with me for a second. If you had somebody like that in your life, maybe from, let's say, just middle school up until you're 22, how do you think that might have influenced your life up to this point, or what might be different for you?
Yeah, I think I will not be that much stressed, because I stressed out a lot while figuring out which direction I should go.
Are there advisors or school counselors at
Yes, at
university,
yes, 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 yes.
but not in primary school?
Yeah, no.
No, yeah. Just all the teachers are just doing their best to help the class learn and then
Yeah,
tutoring on the side. I feel like most teachers are tutoring after school into the
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them
Uh,
might give children advice like which job is better than what they should choose, but not everyone is doing so. I hope that in the future, children will be able to receive more knowledge and more help to navigate life.
As people like you are involved in discussions like this and go back and try to build pathways for the kids coming behind you, I think that change will happen over the next 20 years.
I always talk with my students. One of them is 17 years old, and after lesson, I will give some advices. Yes.
If you had like a cohort of maybe teenagers that you're teaching, you guys could do like a retreat or something like that. Go somewhere and do a retreat for a weekend, and could be
Yeah,
a
that will
whole
be really awesome.
life mentorship, and also let's learn language from each other.
Yes, 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 yes. That will
That
be
could be
really
fun.
awesome to do so. Yeah,
Where would
I
you
hope
where
that
would you do something like that?
I really like nature actually, and I think it will be better to go maybe hiking together, picnic or something like that, and also exchange language, also exchange some experiences, and so on and so on.
Sounds great. I want to be there.
You are welcome.
If you need a mentor to run a part of your program,
Okay.
just let me come. I won't be charging. In fact, I'll be donating. I will donate my own money and allowance to
Okay,
cost.
maybe tomorrow will be better.
Hey, I'm serious. I want to invest in people like you who are doing the work, who have an entrepreneurial fire, who are structuring things thoughtfully that makes it sustainable. And you're doing all those things. It's
Thank you
people
so
like
much.
you that I want to be in their orbit. And so I also want to be able to put my money where my mouth is. So create an online portal or something and give me an opportunity to give. I'd love to invest in you.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
You're an amazing person.
I try to steward my gifts to the best of my abilities and what I feel called to. And mentoring people like yourself and helping your dreams come to fruition is something that gives me life and breath. I'm happy to invest in you.
I'm really grateful.
Okay, so I want to wrap up here. Is there one piece of wisdom or one encouragement or you might share with other young adults who are navigating becoming capable, grounded, and confident young professionals?
Okay, one thing that really helped me and I want to share is that write date to your dreams and to your goals and do everything to achieve them. No matter what, no matter how hard it will be always difficult. It will be always difficult, but cherish small wins, cherish small achievements, and with those small achievements, you will always reach your goal, reach your destination. There is always light after the tunnel.
That's great advice. I think that's very encouraging. Well, Anano, thank you so much for your time. I want to say to everybody out there who might be listening, if you're looking for a mentor like myself to have a conversation like this that I had with Anano, you can stop because you found a mentor in me. So you can check me out at my website, afterthebellnyc.com. I would love to set up a consultation with you for free. We can find if we're vibing, if it makes sense to continue a connection. And as always, everybody, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.